Every one of you deserve to have your dreams come true. What you've seen today is dreams becoming reality.
Welcome to San Diego!
Why not you too? Because we'll teach you what we know. See, do you all know that most people who are wealthy do not teach people how to do what they do? See, a lot of you want to know how to retail. A lot of you want to know how to recruit. A lot of you want to know how to structure your sales team the right way. A lot of you want to know how to overcome objections. A lot of you want to know how to do all these things, but yet you're not willing to spend 2.5 days learning how to do it. See, to me, the rest of my life was worth 2.5 days. Is it to you? Right now, who is your coach? Most of us don't have one. Baseball players have coaches. Football players have coaches. Basketball players have coaches. Hockey players have coaches, yes or no? Singers have coaches, don't they? And yet you and I have never had a financial coach, and we can't figure out why we can't get ahead. And so you're sitting here going, you know what, there's not one of you in this room that doesn't know this business makes sense. The question you have is whether or not you can do it. And yes, you could do it if you would spend the time to learn how. See, what are you good at right now? Did you spend more than an hour to get good at it? And the fastest way to develop this organization is what you're sitting in right now. Because what if every person in your sales force understood that this takes time? That it's not an insta anything. Anything worthwhile takes time. Think of anything that you've ever done worthwhile. Did it take time? Did it take commitment? And see, it takes talent to be able to nurture an organization to grow. It takes talent. It takes effort. It takes energy. But what everyone wants is everyone wants this, but they want to walk into the grocery store. They sign up in the business and they think that it's a lottery ticket. This ain't no lottery ticket. Okay, every one of you in this room right now has a chance to work with people who will help you. I asked Sherry Sharma a long time ago, I was like, why do you still work? Because she doesn't have to. I mean, guys, come on, honestly, how many of you in this room can really say, if you had a portfolio that was, in the 7 digits, and you had your big house and your cars and all your jewelry, I mean, can you honestly say that you would spend weekends traveling the country teaching people how to do it? And I asked her, and I was like, why do you do it? She doesn't have to financially. She's like, the reason I do it, Buck, is because someone showed me how to do it. And I feel that I owe it to other people to get them out of where I was at. And all I ask is that when you get what you want, you help other people get what they want.
Because what's happening right now is the awareness that you have, no one can take that away. Only you can turn off that light. And I think now you understand, because people say this to me all the time, well, how come you're still working? You have a beautiful home, you have the lifestyle, you have all the things that people think are important. And the last 4 weekends in a row, you've been on the road. This why is why we're here, is to wake people up and say that there's a lot more to life than money. But it's hard to do the other things that matter in life without it. So we've got to do the work now, do the education now, get the awareness done now, so that we can do the things that really matter.
The biggest reason why people quit this business is because of what a broke person thinks about them. And that is so sad to me, that there are people that would steal other people's dreams because they're too afraid to chase their own. But the more time you spend here learning how to do it, you'll be amazed at how much easier it'll become, and it'll become like a reflex. What kind of car would you drive? Are you driving a sports car? Or maybe you don't want a sports car because it's impractical, you want a big Hummer. Whatever. Where would you live? Would you live on an island with no neighbors? Okay, would you live out in the mountains where you could ski and do what you want? Would you want to live, what would you do? Like, if you could have your ideal life, what would it be like? Would you build churches? How many in this room would like to do more with your church? Okay, but what's one of the biggest reasons why we can't? Time and money, right? How many in this room would like to do more for their community? What's one of the biggest reasons why we can't? Time and money. Right now we talk all the time about living in the greatest country in the whole world. We talk about living in the land of the free, the home of the brave. But realistically, how free are people who get off 7 days a year? Right now we're at war. We're at war because people threatened our freedom. And yet there are people who don't have to worry about their lives being threatened, but they're not taking advantage of the freedoms that people are giving up their lives for. And so maybe wondering why it would be worthwhile. I can show you 5 good reasons why it's worthwhile. Would it be worthwhile for your kids to never have to worry? Would it be worthwhile to learn how to drive this car? Because it will take time. There's not one of you in this room that couldn't have a suit, that couldn't be a race car driver, that couldn't be a master mechanic. Because the more you understand about racing, the better race car driver you'll be all the way around. To be able to see your children grow up, to be able to go out at Christmas time and do what you want, to be able to go and travel with your family and not have to worry about finances, to be able to build and find your dream home in a neighborhood that you used to mow lawns in. The best trained sales team always wins. When your time comes, wouldn't it be awesome to know that we all did our best to have this? That when our time came, that we made a difference in other people. The single biggest thing that you can give a human being is hope. H-O-P-E. And so all the time people go, well, why do I need to go to training? Why would I want to spend 2.5 days? Well, the reason why is that if you'll spend 7 years to become a lawyer or 10 to 15 years to become a doctor, why wouldn't you spend 2.5 days learning how to do this business the right way, which has so much more income potential? And that's one word I want you all to remember is potential. See, I don't know what the potential is of what you're doing. I was mowing lawns for $6 an hour for 2 years. The potential was pretty nil. I knew if I didn't show up, I wouldn't get paid, yes or no. 90% of the people in this country work because they do it for the money, 10% do what they love. Our whole goal is to get your income here to match it to where you have a tough decision to make. See, at the point of decision is when destinies are formed. And right now, you all have a decision to make. You have to ask yourself, are you worth investing in?